Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to my channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing good. I think it's about time to do a review of this fragrance that I'm going to show you today. Now I've shown this fragrance in a few of my list videos already, but I think it's about time to do a proper review of this one. This one is an insanely good and high quality clone of Parfums De Marley Layton. It's called Xclusif Oud Bleu and it comes from the house of Orientica. Let's start with the packaging and bottle design of Xclusif Oud Bleu. The fragrance comes packaged in this blue and golden colored box. On the front you got the name of the company, the name of the fragrance, the concentration, which in this case is Extrait de Parfum, so the highest possible concentration. The fragrance has a sort of a thick plastic box that opens up like this, and then the fragrance sits inside. And I also noticed that when this arrived that there is a sort of a small tester of another of the fragrances from this collection. And just to add something else, the box of Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu is very similar to what you get with the Al Haramain Amber Oud edition fragrances. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think that Orientica and Al Haramain are either like sister companies, or maybe Orientica is a sub-brand of Al Haramain. Now, I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. And then this is how the bottle looks. It comes in this blue colored, bottle. Looks really nice. Again, you have golden accents. The cap is metal. It's a very snug fit, and all in all, the packaging and the presentation is really nice and high quality. And just to add one more thing, the bottle size of Xclusif Oud Bleu is 60 milliliters. If I have to rate the packaging and the presentation, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 score. If you enjoy my videos and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button, because that will mean a lot to me. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now, the note breakdown of Orientica's Xclusif Oud Bleu, at least as per Fragrantica, has the following notes. The top notes are pepper, bergamot, lavender and green apple and mandarin orange. The middle notes are cardamom, violet, jasmine and geranium. And the base notes are sandalwood, vanilla, musk, patchouli and gaiac wood. Okay, I'll show you the sprayer in action and then I'll tell you what I pick up from this fragrance. The sprayer is very decent, puts a nice amount of juice out. Okay, so as I said in the opening of this video, this fragrance is a insanely good clone of Parfums De Marley Layton, and just like with Layton, upon spraying you get that sort of a nice sweet green apple note that's mixed with some spices and some freshness. I pick up a lot of the freshness from the bergamot. I pick up definitely some lavender, some orange as well. That adds a nice sort of a citrusy freshness to the opening of this fragrance. You immediately pick up some of the oud, some of the musk, some of the vanilla. But the opening, all in all, is quite fruity and spicy and fresh. Once this starts to dry down, it becomes a lot more woody, a lot more sweeter. The vanilla starts to play a very prominent role. It has this sort of a creamy woodiness in the dry down, and it's a very enjoyable scent that has a sort of a very festive, it brings a very festive mood. All in all, if I have to rate the scent profile of Xclusif Oud Bleu from Orientica, I'll give the scent on its own a rating of 9.5 out of 10 points. And now let's talk about how close Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu is actually to the Parfums De Marley Layton. Now the opening is probably where they differ the most, because Xclusif Oud Bleu feels a little bit more spicy. The cardamom in here feels a lot stronger compared to what you get with Layton, and also you get that citrusy freshness that you get in this fragrance is stronger compared to Layton. This feels like a little bit fresher, a little bit more spicy version of Layton in the opening. But once you know, both fragrances get into their dry down, they're almost identical. Maybe this is a little bit more oody and still feels a little bit sort of spicier in the dry down, but you know, it's really hard to actually pick up any differences between this and the original. If I have to score how close this is to the original scent, I'll give it again a score of 9.5 out of 10 points. And now let's talk about performance. This is another strong suit for this fragrance, for Xclusif Oud Bleu. The original Layton, you know, current batches are not like super strong fragrances, although my batch is relatively new. I think my bottle is from last year, you know, produced last year, and still gives me a solid 9 to 10 hours of performance on my skin. But this is where Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu is actually better compared to Layton, because this gives me at least an hour over Layton. Pretty much every time I've worn this fragrance, I've gotten about at least sort of like to 10.5, 11, sometimes even up to 12 hours of performance. And projection is also very solid in the first 2 to 2.5 hours. So this is better performing than Layton. And if I have to score the performance of Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 points, simply because this is not like a super loud fragrance. But as I said, again, this is pretty much a beast mode performing fragrance. When it comes to versatility, you know, it's as versatile as the original scent. Of course, it's a fragrance that's a little bit more orientated towards the colder months of the year, but I think you can pretty much wear, you know, Layton and this all year round, as long as you don't go too heavy on the trigger on the sort of the warmest, the hottest months of the year. Apart from that, this is a very versatile fragrance, like with the original, and also the scent itself leans a little bit to the masculine side, but it can be definitely worn by girls as well. So if I have to rate the versatility of Orientica Xclusif Oud, I'll give it Blue, I will give it a rating of 8 out of 10 points. And the final thing that I want to talk about is, of course, the pricing. Now, this is one area where I don't like this fragrance. Pretty much the only drawback of this fragrance is the fact that it's the availability you know, is not very good, and the other thing is that it's quite an expensive fragrance, somewhere between 50 to 60 euros, or in other words, let's say something between 55 to $65. I think this is a pretty decent deal. In fact, it's a great deal, but it's one of the more expensive clones in my collection, especially considering the bottle size, you know, 60 milliliters. So if I have to rate the price of this fragrance, I'll give it a score of 6 out of 10 points. And on to my final thoughts and my final score on the Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu. As I said in the opening of this video, this is an insanely good clone of Parfums De Marley Layton. Actually, this is the best clone of Layton that I have ever tried. One more thing that I wanted to touch upon is the fact that, as I said in the opening of the video, I think Al Haramain and Orientica have something in common. Either Orientica is a sister company to Al Haramain, or Al Haramain owns Orientica, because I've tried, you know, Al Haramain's Amber Oud Xclusif Bleu, which is, I think, is exactly the same fragrances you get with Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu. I think it's the same fragrance, simply into different bottles. This thing will get you insanely close to the scent of Layton, especially on the dry down, and with the case of my bottle of Layton, this actually outperforms Layton as well. If you're looking for the highest possible quality clone of Parfums De Marley Layton, definitely check out Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu. This thing smells super close, almost identical to Layton, beats it when it comes to performance, and despite the fact that it's a relatively expensive clone, this is still you know, cheaper than Layton. If I have to score, you know, my final score, my final rating of this fragrance is going to be a 10 out of 10. And so guys, in today's video I showed you what for me currently is the best clone of Parfums De Marley Layton, at least from the ones that I have tried, and that has even better performance than Layton, from the house of Orientica Xclusif Oud Bleu. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in my next video. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.